framework is very, very important. How HRD, total rules, regulations and the procedures, design and how it is done, you will learn in the framework. There are two 15 marks question, two 10 marks question, one 2 mark question in this chapter, where counseling programs is there, right? It can come for a 10 marks and the characteristics can come for 15 marks. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students. Now here in this day, we gonna go with a very special topic, that is the learning outcome of what exactly happens in the HRD of the 6th semester. So the first one is the learning outcome. We'll go with why we should learn more about HRD. The syllabus I'll tell you, the units, there are totally 5 units. In those units, what will happen, I'll just tell you. Internals, how it is, and the exams, that is the 60 marks paper, how it will come. I'll explain more about it. Now here, learning outcome, the first thing you will be understanding HRD, Human Resource Development. The last semester we did HRP, Human Resource Planning. Now it is all about development. Next is, you will actually get a proper framework of HRD. Now, framework is very, very important. How HRD, total rules, regulations and the procedures, design and how it is done, you will learn in the framework. Then know the models of evaluating the HRD program. So there are a lot of HRD programs. How is that programs achieved? Through the models. So what are the models of HRD? You will understand that. The need for employee counseling. The employee counseling, it is one of the biggest and the difficult task. But let me tell you, if you know how to counsel your employees and get the work done through them effectively and efficiently, you are the best HR the company has got it. Next is the HR performance we will actually come across. So this HR performance, in the sense, very simple it is. What HR practices are done in the organization. It can be the human resource management, human resource planning or human resource development. Is it helping the employees to perform? That is what the HR performance is. So it will give you the end result. If the performance is like this, the graph, the performance is going good, this is nice. Then the performance is because it is not, sometimes it is volatile, right? So that means there is a problem. And sometimes if it is going good and then it declines. So here there is a problem you need to understand. So that is what the performance will be estimated. Now syllabus, I told you 5 units are there. The first one is the conceptual analysis of HRD. So what will come in this conceptual analysis of HRD? That is the definition of HRD. Now this is a 2 marks question. Multiple goals of HRD, a 10 marks question. HRD department and task can come for 10 marks. HRD for organizational effectiveness, a 15 marks question. Now HRD in the Indian context. Now if you study these 3, you can easily write the HRD in the Indian context. And the last one is HRD mechanisms. You can expect it for 2 marks, or you can actually go for a 10 marks or a 15 marks question, but a combination. What is HRD mechanism? Explain HRD in the Indian context. If they give, it is a 15 marks. So that means there are 2 15 marks question, 2 10 marks question, 1 2 mark question in this chapter. So what you do is, you will study the first one, you will not study the second one. Here you will study the first one, 15 marks question, and not study the second one. So what will happen in exam? What you don't know will definitely come. That's why there are totally 4 questions. Study all the 4 questions. What will happen? 1 15 you can write, 1 10 marks you can write, and 1 2 marks you can write. Total it is 27 marks from this chapter alone. That means totally there are, out of 60, now 21 is a passing marks. If you study only the first chapter, you will get how much? 27 marks you will get it. 6 marks let them take because of you have not written properly or the answers are a little bit here and there wrong. 21 marks is still what? Pass. So that is what you can do it. So the second chapter is framework of human resource development. So in this chapter, what is the criteria to get 27 marks is, you will have, again, these are the things which comes. Framework of human resource development is a 10 marks question. HRD process is a 10 marks question. Designing effective HRD program is a 15 marks question. HRD intervention is a 15 marks question. But will it be the same pattern which gonna come? No. The questions are like this. Explain the HRD intervention. Explain the HRD intervention and how HRD programs will affect the designing of the organization. This two will be a 15 marks question. That is how 15 marks question will be gauged. Next is training method on the job and off the job. It is a 15 marks question. So here, this is not a 15 marks, okay? This 2 is a 15 marks question. This is 115. Brainstorming, case study and role plays can come for 2 marks. So again, this is a 27 marks chapter. If you study 2 chapters, 27 each, if you get 1 and 2, so definitely if you go 54 marks out of 60. See, the 40 marks is the internal. If you get 40 on 40, and here if you study only 2 chapters, your marks will be somewhere 94 out of 100. See, this is the things which you people need to know and be a smart worker. Next is, the third chapter is human resource performance. Now in this chapter, what are the topics which gonna come? And the topics are HR performance and benchmark. It is a 2 marks question. They can ask you a question, what is HR performance or what is benchmarking? Next is, this is a 10 marks question, that is impact of globalization on HRD. It's a 10 marks question. Next, diversity of workforce reduction, you will get a 2 marks or a 2 marks. Here, realignment and retention is a 2 marks question, a 2 marks question. Now, combiningly, if they ask you, right, workforce reduction with realignment, that is a 10 marks question. So that is how you are supposed to know. Next, HRD program for diverse employees, if you go, it's a 10 marks question. So sir, can we get a 15 marks question from this chapter? Till now, we have not got any 15 marks question from this chapter, because this chapter has something called as a 10 marks and the 2 marks majority. See, if you see 2 marks and 10 marks is what? The majority of it. So 15 marks, rarely you can expect a question from this chapter. Next one we have is HRD evaluating programs. That is the 4th chapter. Now in this 4th chapter, we have evaluating HRD programs, models and framework of evaluation. Now this is a 15 marks question. And I have told you earlier, in the first and the second chapter, if you study, easily you can score model and framework of evaluation easily. Assessing the impact of HRD program is a 10 marks question. Human resource development, again a 2 marks question. The application fundamentals concept of socialization, socialing, right, you can get for a 10 marks question. Again, this chapter contains how many marks? 27 marks. So please be careful when you choose the 3rd chapter or the 4th chapter or the 5th chapter for your preparation. So if you take up 2 chapters, you will be getting 54 marks, right? If you take the 1 chapter extra, that will be a safety for you, and this chapter can be a safety for you people. So next is employee counseling and services. Again, this chapter is a chapter where you people can write whichever you people want to go with it. You can actually refer to the book which I have published in 2022, that is Human Resource Management. And in this chapter, you have employee counseling, which is a 2 marks question. Counseling has an HRD activity, it's a 10 marks question. Where counseling programs is there, right, it can come for a 10 marks and the characteristics can come for 15 marks. So I don't want you people to study all the units for 15 marks, because there will be only 4 questions asked by the board and you are supposed to write only 2 questions. So prepare those 2 questions properly, where 15 marks is a sure question which you can actually expect. Next is internals. If we go with it, 40 marks is the internals, where you will be having all these internal 1, 2 and 3, and then we'll go for the best of it. Next is we have the external, which we are talking more about. We are stressing more on these external. You have part A, part B and part C. Now part A will have somewhere around 10 marks, where it is 2 into 5 is equal to 10. You'll be getting 7 questions and you are supposed to write only 5 questions. In the part B, if you go, it is 10 into 2 is equal to 20, where you will get 4 questions and you should write only 2. And the last one is 15 into 2 is equal to 30, where 4 questions they're going to ask you and you are supposed to write 2. So try to understand here, 2 questions here. That means just 2 chapters if you study for 15 marks and for 10 marks, easily you can score 30 plus 20 is 50. And for here, if you go with 2 answers, right, you will get 4 marks. So it is totally 54 out of 60 only by studying what? 2 units. You study 2 units. So what is that I prefer is always take 1 extra unit, okay, for your safety. And it is all done. So these are the things which you people need to understand. So books for reference, we have given the books here. Now I have also mentioned my book, that is Abhilash Chandra Human Resource Management, available in Flipkart and Amazon. You people can buy it, and the entire material of Abhilash Chandra, which is given to the students for free. If you only take that and prepare for the examination, you will get 60 on 60. Thank you so much. Any doubt regarding the session, please do call us. We are always there to help you. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.